You're Near the Wild with Matt Becker and John Norris, recorded in Anchorage, Alaska.
Well, here we are. Another episode of Near the Wild. I'm John Norris.
I'm Matt Becker.
As always, Chaille's quietly sitting beside us.
Taking care of everything.
Yes, nursing a hangover.
Yeah, we all have good hangovers.
2-day hangovers.
We had a concert and it took it out of us.
How did you drink through the first day hangover? Is that how it is spread to 2 days?
Well, we had the pregame because we knew we were going to have a concert and it was going to be busy, so you wanted to make sure they were ready for that. And then the concert actually hit, and then the day after the concert you got to drink because you won, because it was a great concert, beautiful day, huge numbers, and then you had to drink the next day too because I don't have to work. So
yeah.
We're, of course, talking about the highly successful Dropkick Murphys show this past weekend.
At the world-famous Choku Charlie's.
It was a good time. It was a busy time. Everybody, I think Matt was running the bar. The birdhouse.
Matt had the birdhouse out in the parking lot.
Yeah, he was duct taping tiny windmills to tents and
the pinwheels.
Yeah, pinwheels.
Pinwheels.
Yeah,
are those what they're
but those
called?
are great. I put those up and thinking this will be great because any breeze it'll just spin. At one point there was no wind at all. I told the guy, "Go look." None of them are moving.
The hot breath from the crush of people dying to get drinks from you didn't have them spinning?
That was I had people actually blowing on them. I go, if you could blow on the pinwheel while I make drinks, it'd be great.
That's the problem with being in the horse latitudes. It's just dead calm.
Also, never blow on anything Matt Becker asked you to blow on.
Yeah, I know. I thought they were really good about it, though. They were
I
like,
shut
okay.
my eyes thinking that the powder horn was going to blow.
Yeah.
My hangover was a little different because I didn't drink during the show. I had a pretty long day because the band left at 3:45 in the morning. So I didn't finish until that was done. And then the whole thing was like, then we're going to drink. And there was no beer left. The firefighters that were backstage with the Dropkick Murphys, while the Dropkick Murphys were on stage, they cleared out the entire couple of cases of beer that we had back there for when they were done. That was all gone. And they had actually taken the passes. Tour manager had left his blank passes for all access backstage on the table. And when those guys went in to grab beers, someone yoink took all. So I go out there and I'm like, how did all these people get? There was only like 8 people on the VIP list, and now there's 35, and they're all standing in the parking lot or in the driveway where the band's staying while the band's on stage. These guys are all hanging out there, and it just multiplied. I'm like, what happened here? And the guy, he came back, he saw all my passes are gone. I look around, no one, they're not official, they're not signed or anything.
No, they're just blanks.
They're all firefighters anyway. They can do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, that's it.
They don't need a pass.
Yeah, all you
really.
got to do is set one smoke detector off. They're coming in the window.
So some firemen took them and gave them to all the other his firemen friends, or were they just like selling them out the front door?
No.
Oh, okay.
It was all firefighters. And I just said, they're not going to get busted for drinking beer on the sidewalk, right? They know everyone who could write them a ticket.
Oh, so
I
that's the perk of being a fireman.
Yeah,
do whatever you want.
Kind of keep things back a little bit. But I thought they just went crazy and gave out all these passes. I thought the Dropkicks did, but they didn't. They went in and yoinked them, and then,
I think that's pretty good, though. That's
all right.
There you go.
I always wanted to be a fireman without having to do any of the, run into fire shit. Just because firemen and cops are kind of, on the same level. But when you meet a fireman at a bar, you're like, I want to buy that guy a drink. If you meet a cop at a bar, you're like, that guy's a fucking dick. Nobody's ever bought a cop a drink at a bar.
Well,
actually,
maybe another cop.
Yeah, but that's a stereotype.
Well, they can only hang out at cop bars.
See, I know. Yeah, I know. But, there's a ton of cops that go out and drink every day, and you just don't know it. And they're great guys. I know a lot of them.
I don't know them.
I think what John's saying.
They're nice. I know what he's saying. If they're in uniform, you want to go out and buy them a drink, and they might be a dick because if you watch enough TV, they can't drink when they're in uniform.
Well, I'm usually drinking and driving, and I say, hey, how about we just have a drink instead of giving me this DUI?
That's maybe your experience.
Yeah, I think this is a very limited number. You're basing your opinion.
Oh no, I've met at least 4 cops in my life. So
okay,
I
they
think
were always behind you.
Always,
yeah, okay.
Real dickheads.
Never once was I the leader.
What John is saying is he prefers firemen.
Something like firemen never Nobody's ever like, that fucking fireman was a dick. He stopped my house burning. Like, unless you're trying to burn your house.
What if he
for
screws your
insurance.
wife? What if he screwed your wife?
Oh, well,
Would you be like, I'm pro fireman? Well,
No, I'd
except
be
for that
like, I
screwed
would
my
be
wife thing.
stoked
That
she
wasn't
fucked
funny.
a hero.
I think I almost killed the guy. Luckily, the cop stopped me. Hey, there's a good cop. Hey, how lucky is that? He was there to save you.
And to square one. So what we're saying is, buy those public servants drinks.
Yeah.
All of them.
No, by everybody. By the city workers. City workers are great.
Sure.
I knew a guy that actually removed all the graffiti off everything in town. That's what his job was.
Is it like painting the Golden Gate Bridge? Like when you get done,
Yeah,
you start over again?
That is exactly what it is.
Like he gets done, he starts in Mountain View, cleans up the entire Anchorage area, and then he has to start in Mountain View again.
Yeah, he was never done. They only had one guy for the city that did it. He was a great guy.
Well, some people say he's destroying art, but I like to think he's just encouraging better art. Because you know what? You always got to start from scratch. You know, you got to better yourself. So those kids are out there drawing giant penises under overpasses right now, just doing it better than the first time.
I mean, there's an old saying that if your art doesn't sell on canvas, I don't think it'll do well on the bridge either. So if you really want to force your art on me, I got a good idea first. Don't sign it first and forget to do the painting. A lot of signatures out there, Picasso, but I haven't seen your work.
Well, that's the important part, you know? You think Picasso started painting first? No, he got that signature down.
Yeah,
Is that what he did?
Yeah.
Like for years, he was just like scribbling his name.
Oh, yeah.
On overpasses.
On his peachy in junior high. Little peachy.
The L Trade brought to you by Picasso. Yeah.
I've known some graffiti artists, and I've actually gone down with some friends and like painted on trains when I was younger. And it's a very I don't know how like they got very detailed. I was just like John in big letters,
Yeah.
like because I like constantly look over my shoulder, like, oh wait, you can get arrested for this. They don't like when you paint
Yeah.
on trains.
Well, a lot of times you don't use your real name.
Well, no, I was proud of. I thought I had some pretty good bubble letters going.
Oh, yeah?
I've been working on them since third grade. I had that S you make with a couple of lines and you
Sure.
connect them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was pretty proud. So I was going to use my real name and my address in case anybody want to hire me for some outside work.
Sure.
Right, yeah.
And it's easier for the cops to tell which one you did.
Oh, of course, because
they just hold your ID up and you go, no, right here.
cops need logos too.
How did you get bubble letters on your ID? It looks awesome. It's the same thing as I see some of the graffiti around town, like the Mino guy.
Yeah.
Is that Anchorage's version of Banksy?
He's kind of a low rent Banksy. He's kind of like Banksy without any type of talent or purpose. Like, 'cause he's a 19-year-old kid who.
But he can climb.
He can climb. He
'Cause
can
I've seen-
climb the dickens out of that bridge.
Yeah, he's more parkour than artist, but yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't really seem to have any sort of point of view. He just kind of stencils things around.
I've noticed that too. Is the Marge Simpson on PJs?
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that just like clip art?
What does that mean?
I mean, yeah.
Like-
Yeah.
And then he like held a spray can, depressed the nozzle, and then ran around the building. I mean, it's like one line that goes all the way around a beige building.
But maybe it means something.
It does.
There's that episode of The Simpsons with Marge versus the whorehouse.
Oh, look at you! Look at you! You're really into this.
Well, I'm trying to find a meaning.
That, you know what? I think you spent more time on it than he did.
Yeah, well, maybe.
But you're
That's
right.
That's what the critics do. Critics
that
add
would've been-
meaning to the work.
Okay.
I'm trying to.
So what would the line around the now closed, shuttered PJs? What would the line around there that starts and seems to finish at a it looked like a wallpaper.
It's
like applique of the character Marge Simpson.
Yeah, the line around is only halfway up.
It's
so that's
blue though, right?
I think it's not all.
I think it's the thin blue line. It comes down to that case that was never solved. And it was
I'm sure there's some
injustice.
unsolved cases
At
around PJs.
Are you kidding me?
Well, I don't know. PJs is an interesting place because it's, as far as I can tell, it's always been the shittiest strip club in town. Like, forever. Like, people have told me stories, like, from the 70s. It's been open forever, or it was open until it closed recently. And we would always say, like, we went there as a joke. It was the worst. Like,
Everyone did. It was the same way you went to a porn store. That was both would you go, we should go buy an inflatable doll, and then we should go to PJ's. You end up with the same expression.
Yeah.
We were joking.
But isn't PJs kind of like the way like hillbillies are proud that they have no teeth, or like they have cars that don't run? That like everyone was proud that PJ's was not only a very poorly run establishment with very unattractive women, but it was not only that, it was the worst one you could think of.
It
would
filled
be
the
PJ's.
void.
Yeah.
Yes. And I get what you were saying, Becker, where you would go in there because that was what you did when you did one of these little bar runs where you get the inflatable sheep. Or
It's like, well, let's go look at some fucked up shit and go to PJ's.
Yeah.
Like, but there must have been some point where it wasn't that, right? It must have just been open. They had new girls, but it seemed like they just found a dilapidated building, installed a pole, and got the oldest and grossest of women willing to take their tops off and threw them on stage.
Yeah, but it was 1950. That's what you did.
I mean, they didn't start out as 50. They probably started in their
they started to eat fresh.
flapjack, titty 34-year-olds, and now they just grew old with the building.
Yeah, they had seniorities.
I was lucky enough to go to PJ's before it closed down, and only one. I don't remember. Once that I can remember, and there was this older lady got up wearing the kind of jean denim dress you would see a really religious girl wearing, but got up there and took her shirt off and just kind of swaying back and forth with her very old breasts swaying back. Me and my friends all got up and left.
That was a deal breaker?
We just got up and
the
left.
whole thrift store thing.
Yeah, and we
were like, I know that dress.
We were like, we gotta go. And as we were leaving, we were the only people in the bar too, so it was obvious. It was a pretty big exit. And she just stopped and was like, "Was this something I did?" And we all just kind of turned and looked back at her, and we felt kind of ashamed, we should have nobody just.
See, that's what I was just saying.
Special Olympics.
No, that's what I was saying about PJ's. Was once you got in there, you were ashamed you went there, and when you left, you were ashamed you left because you should have stayed.
You definitely.
So there was he just felt dirty the whole time.
Yeah.
And people go, "What'd you do?" I went to PJ's. Was it fun?
This is obviously her career of choice, so it must be pretty disheartening to see the only 3 guys that have been there all day leave.
Was there a loud screeching when you pushed the chairs back?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We packed up the KFC we brought in to eat at the meat rack.
Did you not understand that the meat rack was the term for the chairs lined up that you didn't have to bring
BYOM?
Well, we figured they had pretty loose rules at old PJ's about bringing in outside food.
You can bring in your own food, but you got to give a little.
I
bit.
wish it smelled like chicken.
If you can stomach it after seeing our dancers, you can bring it in. The only time I've ever gotten a lap dance was when I turned 21. Some friends took me to a strip club, and they bought me a lap dance, and it was just really awkward.
For you or her?
For me, mostly, because I didn't know what I should have been doing. Because I just felt like I should be doing something, but I was like, oh, I can't touch her or anything, so I'm just gonna talk to her. So we ended up talking about tree houses and elaborate tree houses people build. So it was really just yeah, I like tree house. She's just grinding on me and just oh yeah, I had a tree house growing up.
Is that how you tried to introduce the wood into the conversation?
Exactly.
Do you like tall, stiff tree houses? I don't understand.
That would be
why tree houses?
I don't know. I think I had recently read a book about tree houses. I was in a real do-it-yourself building phase.
Were you wearing flannel?
Probably.
Did you start with, have you ever been to a wooded area? Would you like to go with me? It's got to be the worst part of the gig is when you're dancing and the small talk. Because I know I always end up I joke around. I want them to go, hey, I get it.
He's not like the creepy guys.
Right, and that's it. And then you realize that everyone probably tries that too.
Same thing.
And then
there's when you go to a strip club on a Tuesday night with a bunch of friends to go get drunk and have fun, and then there's that guy sitting alone. And it was oof.
That was me last night.
Definitely don't want to be that guy.
Well, I don't remember being that guy, but I was that guy last night. So.
Kyle Farrell left you? He's like, yeah, I got.
At one point, yeah, he was just gone, and God, he brought over some smoke and oh shit, I just remembered. Yeah, one girl stormed away, and I remember why now. Another girl came up, and then one of the other guys that were in the group came over, and I remember now touching the girl's leg and trying to have her scoot over, and I get that fucking rush of, oh, fuck, what a dick. Yeah, I just, like, manhandled this chick. I'm just realizing right now. She got up and bolted. It's like, I'm out of here. But it's because I was staggering drunk, and I just went, here, move over, sweetie. Paw, paw. Yeah, not good. Boy, glad that came up.
Yeah, I'm glad we could be here for your remembrance.
Jesus. I'm getting those
Next time you go, the bouncer's gonna be like, "No, you can't come in." You're like, "Why?" Because you hit a stripper last time. You punched her in the face. Like, I slightly nudged her.
Look at what she was wearing. She was asking for it.
She called me dad. What else was I gonna do?
I was trying to put my meat hooks in her so we could hang her from the ceiling. Oops, wrong bar.
I did get kicked out of the Bush Company once, though. And this is the thing. There's an etiquette at the meat rack that I'm not aware of. But at the same time, in public, I should be aware that this person is doing a job. On the meat rack is the table or the chairs and the table that circles the dance stage,
right?
The performance stage. And my uncle was in town, and we'd been drinking, and we're sitting at the meat rack, and they put a girl up that probably needed to shed a few pounds, but it was a slow night. I get it.
She's dancing.
The 18,
cardio.
Exactly. And like I said, she's a performer. I should probably have extended that courtesy.
It's just like a stand-up, but wants less attention than a normal
I'm
stand-up.
the guy in the front row talking. So I'm at the meat rack, and I'm talking to my uncle because I'm not really paying attention to her. I should have fucking, pushed away. We'll go back here and have a drink. And a guy comes up to me and just taps and goes, dude, sorry, man, you got to go. I'm going, what? And he goes, and I knew the bouncer. And he goes, sorry, man, you got to go. She says, you got to go. She, saw me talking to my uncle and not paying attention to her. And she just snapped and then pointed down at me, really quickly to the security. So all he sees is, get this guy out of here kind of thing. It was because I was talking to my uncle.
Right,
that
who I haven't seen in a year.
Yeah.
And I've seen her vagina before.
Exactly.
My uncle's rarer than your vagina.
PJ's is great. I'm a little sad that it's closed now.
Wasn't it 3 mobile homes pushed together originally?
I think originally, yeah.
It had that low ceiling where kind of some of the bars you go down to Kenai or Soldotna where they've been grandfathered in. There's clearly no.
Yeah, you can see that there's no support beam or anything on there.
It's probably better that it closed before it fell
down.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2.5 girls were killed.
Nobody wants to die in a collapse.
Oh shit! I forgot. The no-legged strippers on. She was great. She came in on her hands. It was amazing. It was hard to tip her, but it was cool.
Did she slung a pocket, some kind of
No,
coin purse?
She had a hat.
Oh, you had to stick it.
You had to put it in her headband.
Really?
Yeah. She'd walk in on her hands.
See, now this is...
Well, she...
that would be good. A carnival strip club.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, freak shows.
Like
I can't
Lobster
handle.
Girl.
I can't handle that.
What?
I can't handle freak shows.
Freaks?
Something about I can't.
Oh my god! I wish those never went away.
Yeah, I think it's ridiculous that they now treat them like something's wrong with them.
They had jobs, and they were very successful at what they were doing. And you couldn't buy your way into it. You were getting a real freak.
There were no fakes.
Yeah.
I know that was the thing. They went,
well, the bearded lady sometimes, but still, she had to sit there.
Yeah. Well,
she's not just phoning it in. She's got the beard.
Yeah.
I used to do this trick where I had a tongue that was a fake tongue, and you could take a straw or a stick and
like a
pencil,
like a skewer through it,
and skewer right through it. But so many people pierce their tongues now. They go, "Oh yeah, right,
big deal."
Yeah, and I go, "Oh, but this is a fake tongue. That's not even I would never poke a hole in my real tongue. You fucking idiot."
Yeah. Now they have the bifurcated tongue that's like a snake tongue.
Yeah.
It's snipped in half.
Chaille has that.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. Charlie's.
I don't get that shit. They do that every year at Coots. They do the suspension.
Mm-hmm.
This year they hung a gal by that kind of. I don't know where they do it. I think it's above the knee, right above. They just kind of. Mm-hmm. I don't know if they slice. I don't even like it's happening. I'm not in the area, but I did. I walked through this year. They had her hung upside down by her knees. Mm-hmm. I guess they put a carabiner or some. I'm sure it's all safe according to the handbook of hanging people by their knees. But they've got her hung from, it's 2 stories on the side of the bar there, and they're hoisting her up, and then they're swinging her from these these like
Just from-
points on her knees,
That are just cutting her skin, yeah.
and they ended up pulling through on one of the
One
knees.
tore.
Yeah. Why would you even tempt it, right? But I mean, at one point, her head is the lowest part. Her head is 10 feet off the ground,
Right.
and they're swinging her, and they're up Sonora, up that song from
the
Beetlejuice,
Beatles,
right?
yeah.
And I'm like, this is so close. It's tenuous, like it could be disaster.
Right.
I don't know how we do
I
it.
guess. Well, I guess but at that point where you're just hanging from your knees, doesn't matter if you're a foot off the ground or 10 feet, because it's not going to add.
No, it's same difference.
it's
You're gonna
about her-
land on your head.
Yeah, but
You
it's just how long. I mean, if your skin tears, I mean, one did. So
I don't
it can
drink a whole
happen.
lot of water, so I don't have the elasticity in my
Yeah,
fingers
yeah,
tear.
you'd be
It's like
horrible
paper.
at it, yeah.
I have old man skin.
Maybe they could do something for your elbows or something.
Yeah, I bet they could hang you by your elbow.
Yeah.
Use my ball sack. It's already pretty stretchy.
Oh, that's.
It's just-
They keep pulling the rope,
yeah,
and he just
you
keeps going
yeah,
up.
you don't go anywhere.
Hey, I'm still on the ground.
Yeah.
I'm over at the bar getting a drink. You just keep
Yeah,
hoisting.
This is unbelievable. Yeah, they're wrapping it up. It's coming back down, up and down again.
We just pulled one of his nuts through the pulley.
It's like, oh, we done him? So throw him over my shoulder and get out of here then.
Oh, the song's over. All right, cut him down.
Put on "Song Remains the Same." We're getting this bitch up there.
It was a second plane of November Rain, and I finally got off the ground. Good. It was a good 25 minutes into the show.
Yeah, hit loop. we got a broken arrow.
You just said you went to the dentist.
Yeah, I just got my teeth cleaned like 2 hours ago, and it's been so long. I feel like I got punched in the mouth.
How long's long?
It's been like 2 or 3 years since I
That's
got.
nothing.
Yeah, that's not even close.
No.
All right, but it was the first time I ever got laughing gas.
That's good.
Anybody offered me laughing? I've never had any like serious dental work
Wait a minute.
for a teeth cleaning.
Okay, two things. I needed this dentist name written down.
Oh, Alaska Premier Dental, they're
And
fantastic.
they do that just for a cleaning?
Yeah. And
Did you go in like?
and it's
Did you like go
complimentary.
in all like put some beads of perspiration? and
I was-
like, I'm really nervous. I've never done this.
No, they're
I'm really
like-
scared about flossing.
They were like, dude, so do you feel uncomfortable? And I was like, no, not at all. They're like, well, I'm gonna poke you, and you let me know how this feels. I was like, it's fine. He's like, well, do you want laughing gas? I was like,
Oh, there it is. That's the yeah.
Oh, so they put it out
Yes.
there.
Yeah.
They put it out
yeah,
there.
I didn't ask for it. I
You
wasn't
didn't
like,
check it on,
I
on
would've-
the intern card.
I'm not that guy that ever asked for things. So I wouldn't have ever asked for it. But when they're like, "Do you want that laughing gas?" I'm like, "Yes."
I'm just waiting on a friend, but yes.
I'm not even in the office. I'm out
I
here.
was just,
It's next to the
I
tea in the water.
I was delivering pizza, but this is cool.
So did they put that little pig nose thing on?
Yeah,
it?
they put the pig nose thing, and
Yeah.
you just breathe it in, and you start to feel real heavy, and that was about it. But I did lie. She's like, are you feeling it? I was like,
And
nope.
you're like, is it on?
Is it? Oh, I didn't. What am I supposed to be feeling? She's like, I'm gonna turn it up. Okay.
I mean, they hear this the rap that you think is like, oh, maybe we'll just say I'm not feeling it. They
Right.
hear
Oh, yeah,
everything.
I'm sure.
They know exactly what the fuck is going on. But you had laughing gas.
Yeah, to get my teeth
for your
cleaned.
teeth cleaned.
That's great.
Did they use the? I mean, was
Did
there?
you get the whole sucker thing over there?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that thing.
Oh, so it wasn't in someone's garage. This was an actual place.
yeah. This is a real play. It wasn't
right.
just under a bridge.
Look for the sign. It's spray painted. Muñoz with a Simpson character.
Certified hygienist.
Dr. Mino, we have a patient
Do you take
over
a-
by the eucalyptus tree.
Do you take insurance?
Yeah. Oh, do you have insurance? Is that why you got your teeth cleaned?
Yeah,
Oh,
That's
see,
usually
I'm
the
out.
number one reason people go.
of course.
That's probably
Someone
why.
else
That's why
will
it
pay
was so
for it.
long.
That's why he probably offered the gas.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I bet we go in there.
Yeah.
Oh, we're paying cash. He's
He's
like,
like,
yeah.
put the gas
Hey,
away.
did you ever
Lock
see the-
it up. These two don't look.
You ever get a clothespin on your ear that can stop all pain? Really?
Just-
I saw that once, but I don't believe it.
It's just an intern of the coat hanger cleaning your teeth.
Yeah.
Did they use the scraper and everything?
Yeah, I got scraped out.
So, but
It was-
you don't seem like an anxious guy like that. That would bother you.
No, it never. It,
So the laughing gas was clearly just
it
them
was just for fun.
padding.
Yeah, it
All right.
wasn't. It wasn't like a painful cleaning at all.
Yeah, it's
But it was very like I almost fell asleep because there was like because they gave me the sunglasses. When you look at the light, they give you sunglasses
Yeah, yeah.
now, and I had like headphones on. I was listening to a pod. I was like, I I don't want to leave. I
Yeah.
just want to keep this going for as long as I can.
Be like the Matrix. You just
Give it another
lay back
pass.
there
I
in
feel like you left some plaque in there.
lay back in your pod.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be
Matrix
cool.
pod.
Actually, a tanning light. Just lay under a
that'd be
tanning
great.
light while they clean that, and then somebody's working your feet. You're just like, this is
Should open
one-stop
up a
shopping.
practice.
I
You
like
could
this.
give them
yeah.
some tips.
First, you got to find a bridge.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
We'll get it. It's a good location.
No, well, so I highly recommend you get some insurance because, I mean, that's the only
I think
way
it's
got.
cheaper just to pay for my teeth cleaning
No.
than to pay for insurance.
Yeah, they up here we're just in such a weird gray area because everybody gets insurance through. All the natives get it, and all the military gets it, and everybody gets it. And then the people left. They go, yeah, 5,000 deductible and $1,000 a month. You go, really? That's your offer? And they go, oh, my cap's at 100,000. So I couldn't even get a liver? And they go, no, not even close.
You gotta pay for that.
You can get catastrophic extra. That'd be $1,500 a month for you and your dogs.
You find
And you go,
find your own liver though, and save some money.
Well, that's where we're at. That's what we were asking you if you had a good liver.
But you
We're working to it.
Yeah.
but you leave and go to Costa Rica. Do you ever get work done?
Yeah.
the
I mean,
country?
I haven't yet, but I mean, that's definitely an option. If
We-
I got sick, I would definitely go down there.
There's other people that had traveled in the group down there. A lot of people from Coots on the time off, they'll head down there. And over the years, it's been almost eight years you've been going down?
Yeah.
So, I mean, over that period of time, people have gone down and got dental work and plastic surgery,
Dental vacations, yeah.
dental vacations.
Yeah, and I know people who've done. They're always like, well, they train in the U.S. and they go back to their country. Like, but I don't speak their language, so how do I know if I got the right one?
No, it's actually very smooth, and they do all the bigger ones all speak English.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, they're not soliciting locals. They want the out of towners to come in. It's just actually easier. See, it's harder on white pasty tourists to make their teeth like they do Zoom. But if I Zoom a Costa Rican, he's already dark, so I only got to get his teeth one notch up, and they look bright white. But against me, when I first get down there, I go get zoomed. I go, keep going, buddy. Not white yet.
Well, like American dentists and other doctors they will say whatever it takes to not get you to do that. They'll like tell you like horror stories, and because obviously they don't want people leaving and not getting the procedure done where they can make a lot of money here. Heck, that's it. That's the whole
No.
thought I got
Oh.
for that.
No. I mean that's spoken like a guy with insurance again.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't usually take our calls.
This is it's
Can I get
actually
an estimate on what it would cost to have a root canal? And they're like, an estimate? Just give us your insurance number and we'll do the work. I go, well, what's the price? Well, we don't know yet. We haven't done it. Well, what's a ballpark? I can't give you a ballpark, sir. I'm going to hang up now. Well, all I want to know is how. Click.
Isn't that weird? Like other countries, like it's more like walking into McDonald's where they have everything listed. Like this is how much this will
Yeah,
cost.
like medicine.
But
is
in the
is
U.S., it depends. It can cost like you go to a doctor to get an MRI. It can cost $10,000 at one place and $500 at a place like 10 blocks away.
And this is the same, but there's also a fringe group that say we have too many regulations in our country. They're over-regulating us. Really? A CAT scan in New York costs less than one in Lincoln, Nebraska?
For the same machine and the same
It
same
doesn't.
people.
They're completely unregulated. I mean, it's getting to be like airport baggage fees. $25 for shoes.
Shoes for
Well,
the shoes
I
you're
just
wearing.
won't wear shoes
for the
then.
shoes you're wearing.
Oh,
onto
you
the
can't
plane.
get on the plane without shoes, sir. That's what the terrorists do. Well, so what? Just give us $25. Okay, that's how it's at.
That's how you prove you're not a terrorist.
Yeah, that's it. Give us $25. Or take your pants off.
No, this is the first time I've had insurance. I've had it once before in my life, but this is the first time I've had it in like a really long time. So I'm trying to take advantage of it. But then I realized my insurance is really shitty, and it still costs a lot of money. I have a couple of fillings, and it's still going to cost me $900 to get like 3 fillings done.
Wow.
So it's
So
like
you should go to Costa Rica.
Yeah,
You're a candidate for the Costa Rica dental plan.
I'm down.
No, I mean really, you can go on a full vacation for that.
It'd be less than that for a flight, wouldn't it? If you get the flight at the right time.
Yeah, you could get on there. But yeah, I mean, it's just that's silly. See, that's the whole bait and switch. You have insurance. You must be special. $900. Really? Why? I thought I had insurance. You did. It covered the gauze.
They start
And
throwing
and we threw in
laughing gas.
Yeah, we threw in some gas. That's when you agreed to this.
These are just some of the bullet points of getting a vacation dental plan. As you leave the bus today, there's a brochure. We invite you to take that,
Yeah.
look through it.
We really appreciate
any
coming to the
questions?
seminar. There's
Yeah.
some hummus over there if you're hungry.
Yeah, don't do the carrots because obviously you have some.
The
problems
American
with your
Dental
teeth.
Association is probably not going to sponsor us at all.
No,
No, I don't
But
care.
that's okay.
Yeah,
But
I
maybe
get it.
the Costa Rican Dental
You
Association.
can do anything a dentist can do. You can do with the Dremel tool and a mirror and some.
and will. You have to have
what's
the
that
will to
stuff?
do it.
That was stuff they put
Epoxy?
on. No, for babies to deaden their teeth when they're teething.
What?
What's it called? They sell it.
Ice.
No, that's a drug. That's a drug. So, yeah. Anyway, they got numbing stuff.
The numbing on
what is it
their
called?
gums when they're teething.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Uh-huh. Yeah, you just get that stuff, and I do all my own dental work. There's no
It's
reason.
frontier medicine.
It's not really. You're doing everything they do. They don't do anything more. You think it's
no.
magic? You know how they cap your teeth? They actually cap it with Bondo. Yes, the real car
It
Bondo.
is, yes.
They really do cap your teeth with real Bondo from the car thing. You go, no, that can't be it. Yeah. You know what he's good at though? Mixing it to get the right color.
Yeah.
Oh, it's an art.
No, it's a body guy. Go down to Mexico and get it done. He'll throw in dingo balls.
You can get fireworks too.
Dude, I got my teeth capped and I got fireworks. And look, I got it.
Have you ever performed any? Have you actually done dental procedures on yourself with a mirror?
No, I have done. I've done some dental. Yeah.
You could buy stuff just at Walgreens. A little. I don't know what it's like a dent ease or something like.
Yeah.
They give you a little tool, and you kind of work it into like if a crown comes out or a filling, you kind of jam it in there, pack it in, and then it dries instantly. But it's not permanent though, dude.
No,
That's
no.
like if you lose a crown and like,
Right.
oh my god,
It's
the
to get you
wedding's in
through
an
the
hour.
weekend, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's you get the permanent stuff is what you do, and then you just do it. You just use some soldering iron.
So what do you
Just
charge
some
for a
solder.
cleaning,
Yeah.
Becker?
Oh,
In the bus?
again, it's pretty self-inflicted, but yeah, it depends. Like you,
We just
2
can't
years.
just
2
like
years. It's not bad.
just like the insurance companies can't get a price out
Yeah,
of them.
just let me.
No, I think. Yeah.
I just want a ballpark.
I realize why they do this. No, well, we'll see. We might hit complications.
How do I know what's doing in there? I
The
gotta
drugs
take a
are
look.
better in the bus, though.
Yes, and there's always beer.
Well, I'm flying out tonight, going on a little vacation to go hang out with some family and just hang out in LA for a couple of days.
It's exciting to leave Alaska.
It is exciting. Like, I'm always really excited to leave, and then when I get back, I'm sad, so I don't know what I'm doing here.
Really, you're sad that you come back. Really?
Sometimes.
Wow.
It depends. In the summer, not so much, but in the winter, like I went to Vegas in March or April, and I came back, and then it like snowed 2 feet as soon as I got back. I was like, why am I going through this in the middle of April?
That's the right time to go to leave Alaska. Right now, I mean, you're going to go into 110-degree heat and
Forest fires and rioting.
rioting because of the Zimmerman.
But people always say, "Oh, you
Debacle.
can't leave in summer." But you know what? Summer's nice everywhere. It doesn't matter.
No, yeah, that's wrong. You'll see.
I mean, no, I used to live there. I know it's fucking hot as shit, but that's fine. I don't mind. It's air conditioning. I can drink some horchata and some beers and fucking relax.
You're going to go down and you're going to do any time trying to get on stage?
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna look around. Talk to some people about where to go for open mics. Talk to some of the comics who moved down to LA and then moved back 3 months later to see. I'm sure they're the best.
yeah,
they're
that
the
was-
best people to talk
Yeah,
to.
you always want to go with the guy who's been in the field.
Yeah.
Becker, do you have any suggestions on him heading into an open mic in LA since you've lived in LA?
Yeah, I mean that was the thing that used to make me laugh is I would go to these and they change around. So even 3 months ago, if these guys have a good lead, it could now not be there.
Exactly.
Because they go that quick. I think when the poster falls down, so does the show. But but they're just one color posters, so it's nothing fancy. Tell them your name's TBA because you're playing everywhere in town. And but yeah, I did coffee shop once, and I did what I do, and I went up and did it. And this girl comes up and goes, "You're kind of sticky." I go, "What? Sticky? Like a lot of jokes." I said, "I know. I was doing comedy." She goes, "Yeah, we don't really like a lot of jokes." And I was like, "Okay," and I watched, and they really didn't.
What do they do?
They go up and talk
stories.
about
Stories.
like the Paula Poundstone thing, like that was always a joke. Talk about my cat. You're like,
the one man
okay,
show.
but it was mildly amusing for the cat, but
Yeah.
not for us at all. But yeah, so it was really funny. So you can run in that if you find somewhere that they'll let you up. Say I'm very.
Oh well, I do that. I do the Paula Poundstone thing, so I'm fine.
Say I'm very artsy. Yeah.
I have tons of stories about my cat.
And my Pop-Tart addiction.
Well,
And my
who
drinking
can't
problem
relate-
with
who
foster
can't relate
children.
to that.
Those kids can't drink for shit.
Well, we're gonna hook him up with Brendan Walsh down there, and Brendan was saying the same thing. He's like, "Yeah, there's some good ones that you could walk in and actually get on stage, not like some of those other ones where it's like 60 guys and."
Right.
Yeah, I was in
Brutal.
Philadelphia last year and tried to go to an open mic at Helium Club and another club, and both of them were like, "Yeah, you have to sign up 2 weeks ago to get on the open mic." I was like, "Oh, you."
Yeah, it's to keep out-of-towners away. we only want to hear our own jokes, okay?
Yeah,
Over and over.
Hey, I cracked the Liberty Bell. Ding. Hey, what's with the new guy? He doesn't seem to have an act. He keeps talking about other stuff.
Helium Club's kind of high end, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Oh.
I just wander around. I don't know anything.
All right. Well, there's certainly plenty of
Oh,
little open mics all over.
I'm looking forward to it. I gotta, my goal is to bomb in every state, and so far just Alaska.
Right
so.
on. One down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's the biggest, so
Yeah.
it's pretty good. I don't know. I think it'd be fun. If nothing else, I'll at least get to go see some
LA's
people.
a blast. I mean, just remember, just go down and enjoy the fact that like you drive by landmarks and all kinds of weird stuff. Go to the thrift stores.
True. I mean, the problem with LA is you have to drive around everywhere.
It's a total horizontal town.
That really cuts into my
crushing.
slamming drink after drink until I don't know where I am. That kind of cuts down on that.
A lot. Yeah.
So I'm gonna be that lonely amateur comedian on the bus, just drunk.
Yeah.
Just asking people, hey, you know where the open mic is?
Yeah.
You can actually do comedy on the bus. Those people can't get off.
It's true.
Yeah.
I got him for
It's
at
the
least one
best.
stop.
Yeah.
You're on a bus.
Yeah.
Just 8 a.m. I'll get the work crowd.
Work on your
Get
2-block material.
Get some laughs before you head in.
That's the one thing. I haven't been on a bus in years and
You're
years
on a
and
bus
years.
right now.
No, I know, on this bus, but I haven't been on like a city bus or anything actual. Do they still have the
Yes.
thing where you ding?
Oh yeah.
Well, they'll either
'Cause
have
there used to be a
a
line.
there-
Yeah, they still
well, no,
have that.
there's either a cable that you pull that signals the next stop, or
Or a
there's a
button.
like kind of a. It's not usually a small button. It's like a strip that you just you push that.
Yeah, because I haven't seen that forever. I used to love that because that was always the joke was we'd always push it and then he'd drive past where he knew we wanted to go and he'd go farther. And he'd go, oh, so the next time we'd push it earlier. And then he'd stop right away and go, okay, so we still had to walk 2 blocks either way. I was like, wow, you just are a dick and this is what you do.
When I first moved here, I didn't have a car and didn't know anybody, so I took the bus to class every day. For a good stretch, there was just some kid or some some person who just kept pulling it all the time, every stop. And so we'd stop and nobody'd get off. And there'd be a point where the bus driver would just have to stand and be like, come on, guys!
Yeah, we used to do that all the time when we were. Well, we didn't do that. We witnessed that because we were surfers that took the bus. So this is 14, 15, and there's always one jack off in the group who would do that. And it wasn't me or my friends, but it's like he would kick all of us off the bus for one jackass that was dinging it. And it's like we're halfway to the beach, fucker. What good is this?
Yeah.
Good plan.
But it was hilarious.
Yeah. I know.
We laughed. It was good.
But it's just like prison. If everybody would be cool, it wouldn't be so bad. Everybody would love taking the bus.
No, I mean, it would be great.
Talking about that.
Yeah, we were. And that was the thing is most of them didn't get there for being really good and cool people. They,
Are you talking about the bus or prison?
Prison
Both.
and the bus. Yeah. Yeah.
The prison bus.
I mean, that's why carjacking. Have you?
The prison bus has the line too. You can pull it and be like,
It just doesn't ding.
I mean,
Pull out all you want.
you take Greyhound. You realize they're going to stop at every small town between here and Rhode Island, and you're just ready to lose your mind. So you get off. Then you just go, I can't do this. And the guy pulls up at the bus stop because he's dropping somebody off and he's got a car and it's running. So you just jump in, you take off. Now you're driving. They call the police. You get arrested. You get thrown in prison. Now you're sitting in prison. Guy goes, what'd you do? And you go, I couldn't take it.
I don't like to fly.
Yeah.
have I
And
ever
you realize half the people in prison are all the people that were on that Greyhound bus you were just on. You're like, son of a bitch. We are bad people.
have either of you ever have you taken a Greyhound bus?
Yeah. One time.
Never.
Once.
One time. It is
Once.
the worst way to travel.
I couldn't believe it.
I thought it would be like
Okay, hold on. John, where were you going to and why did you have to take the bus?
I was going from Sacramento to LA.
Sacramento, California, south to Los Angeles.
Yeah, 'cause
it's about a 3-hour drive.
Oh,
No,
it's
more
like
than
5.
that. Yeah, 5.
And it was in the middle of the night because I was going to take the train because for some reason I got a really awesome plane ticket from Anchorage to Sacramento, like $200 or something.
Yeah.
So I was going to just take an Amtrak. So I've taken Amtrak, and I really like taking the train because it's cool. It's a romantic way to travel. You get drunk at the bar.
Sure.
But my flight was late, and I missed it, and the next train was going to be 8 hours, and I didn't know anybody in Sacramento. And so they said, well, we can give you a free trip on Greyhound. You'll be there in 5 hours. So I was like, oh, okay. I've never taken a bus before. Sure, why not? And I got to the Sacramento bus station, and I was like, man, Sacramento's weird. I've never been here before, but I guess the look is gray sweatpants and gray sweatshirts. Because there's everywhere I looked, there's like guys wearing gray sweatpants and gray sweatshirts. And then I was standing in line to get some food, and the guy like pulled out an envelope with a bunch of cash. And I was like, that's weird. He doesn't have a wallet in his gray sweatpants. And then I looked around, I was like, oh shit, all these guys just got out of prison. Like, all of these are a bunch of people who just got out of prison, and they're taking my bus.
No, you're on their bus.
I'm on their bus. And so I got on the bus. It's like the middle of the night, and the guy I'm sitting next to, he's cool. I'm trying to sleep. This is the most uncomfortable ride you've ever been on. It's cramped. Everybody's got, like, bags in their hands and crying babies, like babies in the bags they're carrying. And this guy I'm sitting next to, like, the whole time, he's, like, making eyes at this, like, girl who's in front of us, who's, like, looking back between the seats. And then he just, like, leans over to me. He's like, hey, switch this girl's seat. I think I'm going to get my dick sucked. And so, like, I was just like, I can't argue with that. Yeah, I know it's going to be a pain. In so
I think we have to stay in our assigned seats. I don't.
Sorry, bro.
Yeah.
I know you just got out of prison and everything. But
Well, then you're going to do it. Okay,
Someone's sucking my dick, and they're sitting in that seat.
Yeah.
Did you switch seats?
Oh, yeah, totally. Like, right away, I was like, oh, yeah, totally. Oh, yeah, ma'am, please, take this.
Did you keep looking back then?
Oh, I was trying to.
'Cause that's what started it.
He put a jacket over. She was just taking a nap in his lap, I think.
Oh, nice. It's comfortable. Breathing your exhaled air.
She was just drinking a Slurpee under that jacket in his lap. No big deal.
Wow. I wonder if prostitutes work the buses when the prisoners get out. That makes sense.
That would be fucking... that would increase ridership.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
So I didn't quite make it to L.A. I got out somewhere between Sacramento and L.A. I just got off the bus and was like, fuck it, I'm going to the train station, and I will wait as long as I have to.
Yeah.
To get on a train, a normal, civilized train where I can get drunk at a bar and nobody bothers me.
Wow. So you gave up on the whole...
Yeah, no, I wasn't going to do another 2 hours, 3 hours on a bus.
They gave you a free ticket.
Man, it was awful. It ended up costing me a lot more to get off the bus, but it was worth it.
Where were you going, Becker?
Me? I went from, broke down in Wyoming, Springfield, Wyoming. That was the one where they didn't have any mass transportation of any kind in or out. And my car had a 64 Ford Falcon, and it was a push-button transmission.
Yeah.
Unbelievable car. Why I would take it to the middle of nowhere, I don't know still. Anyway,
is it still there?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I opened the trunk. The guy's like an Indian guy, like Pakistani guy, running the hotel. He goes, "You could not leave this here." I go, "No, I'll be right back for it." I'm just, as I'm pulling the stereo out, and I'm taking all of my stuff out of the car. I'll be right back. I'm taking the license plate off. I will be back, sir. This is a classic car. You don't leave a car like this. And where are we again? Yeah. And so I use his phone, and I actually called because there was nobody to call. I had no way to get out of town. They didn't have a car place. It was Springfield, Wyoming. And I picked up the phone, and I called 911. And he said, "What's your emergency?"
Whoa.
Listen, no, I know.
You
but
called
here's the
911.
deal. Here's the deal. I said, "What's your emergency?" I said, "I think I'm your newest homeless guy." And they go, "What?" And I go, "Listen, I broke down. I know it's not an emergency call per se, but I bet you're not slammed this time of day." And I got my stuff, but I have no way to get out of town. So she got a hold of a senior disability care thing, and they put me on a bus with severely handicapped people that apparently get their own bus, and they...
Oh, like a rideshare thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they take them...
But I was like, wait, there's nothing for able-bodied people, but they got a bus for that. So I get on it. Well, I said, how much does it cost? And the guy said, it's really just donations because none of these people pay for this. So I give him $20, right?
Did you get the bus driver drunk after work?
No, but the thing is the bus driver, these are severely handicapped people. He drives back and forth to whatever. I don't know where he's...
Probably like on a weekly schedule, yeah.
So he hasn't talked to anybody in months, I think. because he just starts chatting me up, and I'm talking, and he's talking, and finally we get to whatever.
Civilization.
Yeah, Casper, Wyoming, or something, and
Kind
then
of civilization.
that's where I take the Greyhound then, and I realize how good I had it with the handicapped people, and because you could pee anywhere on that bus. But yeah, and that was the thing is we took it, and the driver quit. He pulled in like on one of his stops? He was going to Illinois. I was going to Chicago. He stopped in Des Moines, and he got out, and he walked away.
Just like you. I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
At a stop or just in the road?
No, at the stop.
Okay.
We stopped at a rest area, and he just left. We saw a car pull up. He jumped in, and we went, that didn't seem right. And then, of course, you got the guy that, the alpha male on the bus is like, yo, this ain't so bad. Like, I can drive a bus. And
what
we're like,
ethnicity
don't
was
drive
he?
the bus, huh?
What ethnicity was he?
He was a Mexican guy. And but he got on the radio, and they said, do not start the bus, sir. He goes, no, I can drive it. I can drive a bus.
You're
if
kidding
you want me
me.
to drive it. No,
this guy got behind the wheel like, hey, I guess one of us is going to have to continue the route.
He wanted
Everybody
to drive
calm
it.
down.
And we
We've
were
got
like,
an emergency.
Yeah. And so they finally got another driver out there after like 2 hours, but we really did just sit there, and that was my first experience.
I would have let the guy drove.
It was a unique first experience, I'll give it that. And then we finally got to Springfield, Illinois, we got to, and they woke me up and said, is this your bag? And I said, well, yeah. And they go, well, he doesn't have a name tag on it. I'm on Greyhound, for God's sakes. I sit on my bag. I go, yeah. He goes, well, how do we know it's your bag? And he's shining a flashlight in my face. I'm going, because it's got my shit in it, which is probably a bad idea because it turns out he's DA. And what they do is they said Springfield's a huge hub for drugs, and they were going through in my bag.
Sure.
So they pull everything out. He goes, okay, well, it's just a big hub for drugs. I go, really? Okay, anyway, whatever. You need drugs to take Greyhound. And so after that incident, then I finally got to where I was going, and I said I'd never again would ever. I would walk.
Still in business.
Yeah, I would.
Someone's driving.
It is the worst way to travel.
It was.
ever.
It was unbelievable. I mean, it really was. It just the stops too. I mean, they don't care about you. They're just like, we're gonna stop here. We're gonna stop here. They pick up like groceries for the next stop to fill the snack bar.
Kind of like the Pony Express.
Yeah, without all those horses.
Yeah.
Smells less like horse shit though in the Pony Express.
Yeah, no, and that's the one thing. That's when I came to Alaska. I don't know. Do we have bus service that takes you out of here?
No. There's a guy who owns an Aerostar van. You can just pile in, and for $50 he'll take you to Canada.
Yeah.
Because of tourism out here, I'm sure there's ways to get like up to Fairbanks or maybe to go out to the parks or something.
Yeah, there's like tourism buses, but
Yeah.
there's no,
But I mean,
like,
could I go from Anchorage to Seattle?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think any
No.
buses drive.
Okay.
Now you just get on
That I
Craigslist and do a ride share search. Yeah. That's the best way.
Because I was gonna say, what if you had a fear of flying?
Or
Not
just-
that you should.
Well, yeah, then you're
just
never
fly
leaving
out
the
if you-
state.
Like flying out of Alaska is cheaper than driving out. And it saves you 3-4 days. Because I mean, I don't know. I'm going to LA for it.
Not much of an adventure, but yeah, it's cheaper.
No, I've driven the Alcan twice. It was interesting both times. Never have to do it again. It doesn't change. Same bad idea.
All right, let's wrap it up.
All right.
Yeah. Well, this is Near the Wild.
And well, hopefully you have fun in LA, and hopefully you don't get killed or mugged. Or if you do, tell us about it.
Tape one of your sets
I
if
will.
you get on stage.
I will.
Or make it sound like you got on stage.
I will.
Yeah. All you gotta do is stand in and Cantors. Go to Cantors. A lot of Jews will be talking over you, but
Just
it's
like
cool.
the open mic.
And then
I'm gonna actually do a whole hour special from a bus, from a city bus. It's gonna be fantastic.
that would be cool. I'll put a Go camera on you.
All right. Thanks for listening. Don't ride Greyhound.
So this is for John Norris and the wonderful Matt Becker on his
indeed.
bus, Near the Wild.
And Greg Chaille running all the equipment.
We're out of here. You've been listening to the Near the Wild podcast with Matt Becker and John Norris, recorded in Anchorage, Alaska on Matt Becker's backyard bus. Engineered by me, Greg Chaille.